Japanese and managed to shoot down a few of their Zeros, Bells, and Kates. The number of enemy aircraft were incredibly overwhelming. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the island, Kenneth Taylor and George Bosch were just returning from an all-night dinner dance and coke party. These brave pilots, still in their formal dress clothes, raced to a couple of planes. They got them fueled and armed. They took off. They quickly found themselves in the middle of a real battle. These two pilots caught up with Japanese close to Pearl Harbor and Hickenfield and engaged the Zeros, Bells, and Kates for rounds with their 30 caliber machine guns. They quickly ran out of ammunition. Luckily, they were able to land at Wheeler Field, which is near the center of the island. Right now, front and center is a Japanese Zero. They refueled and reloaded with 30 and 50 caliber ammo. They took off once again to fight the Japanese. The two pilots are credited with downing a total of 6 Japanese. Unfortunately, the Arizona was not that lucky. A bomb from a freedom bomber stabbed the Arizona through her forward magazines and exploded, more than 1 million pounds of gunpowder. Sailors on the Nevada watched in horror as the Arizona jumped 20 feet in the air and broke in two, forever entrapping 1,178 American servicemen in an underwater tube. The ship sank in less than 3 minutes. And still today, she remains at the bottom of the harbor in a watery grave, crying black tears as a reminder to all of those who lost their lives that infamous day. All over the island, soldiers were bringing their weapons to bear and fight anything they could get working. Their 45 caliber pistols are Springfield rifles. In some cases, our soldiers were able to get 30 and 50 caliber belt-fed machine guns into action, bringing down numerous marauding Japanese Zeros, Bells, and Kates. At Marine Corps Air Station Eva, Private First Class Robert Thompson was on guard duty when 9 Zeros attacked the base. He stepped out of his guard shack, he drew his 45 caliber pistol, and he began firing on the enemy airplanes. The Japanese pilot Yoshio Shiga saw Thompson firing back at them. Years later, Shiga remembered Thompson's tenacity and fighting spirit, describing the lone Marine as the bravest American I've ever seen. Yes, we have taken you back. December 7, 1941. Meanwhile, at Bellows Airfield on the northeastern coast of the island, more U.S. Army pilots are racing to their P-40s. Unfortunately, Japanese Zeros appeared at the same time and started strafing runs. One P-40 pilot was killed as he stepped into his cockpit. 2 others were shot down just as they got off the ground. The flight of 12 B-17s coming from the mainland finally arrived and are immediately attacked by Zeros. Unfortunately, in all the confusion, the B-17s are shot at by friend and foe. The frightened crews landed wherever they could. One of them in a pineapple field not far from Hickenfield. A B-17 pilot, Major Landon, trying to land, said, "What a hell of a way to enter a war. Out of gas, unarmed, and no place to land." Amazingly, 8 of those B-17s actually made it to Hickenfield. At the conclusion of the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, more than half of America's naval fleet had been destroyed or damaged. Nearly 2,400 Americans were killed, over 1,200 wounded, and at the time, 960 people. Of that dedication, determination, and effort, and extend our appreciation to the men and women fighting for our freedom today. We salute them all, past, present, and future. Toro! How about that, huh? The Wall of Fire, yes. Presented by Dave West of Omaha, Nebraska, and his team, our pyro team, from across the United States.